providing that, as long as, only if, but only if. What are these words? Consider the following examples and try to answer the questions. We will eradicate corruption provided that we act now. Child labor will finish providing that law protects children. As long as you tell me the truth, I will support you. So long as people buy the counterfeit products, the counterfeiting will continue. You will succeed in your exams only if you revise well. So these are the sentences and the examples to consider. The questions, first one, what do the sentences express? How do we name the words we written on green? So which tense are the verbs written on blue? So we have here 3 questions and we have the 4th and the 5th also. D, to which tense are the verbs written on red? E, the last question, the tense's agreement in these sentences looks like which type of conditional? So conditional we have type 0, type 1, type 2 and type 3. So which conditional does it look like? The keys, I hope you try to do the tasks. For the first answer, the sentences express a condition which is strict and must be fulfilled, accomplished. Linking words are called subordinate conjunctions or linking words. So the words, we call them either linking words or subordinate conjunctions that express a condition. See, the verbs written on blue are to simple present. D, the verbs written on red are on future simple. E, the tense agreement on these sentences looks as conditional type 1, which is used for probability, possibility in the future. So we go to the reminder. Daily life uses of the subordinate conjunctions. So these subordinate conjunctions, we use them in our daily life. So we will try to figure out when and where we use them. As long as, provided that, are semi-formal subordinate conjunctions that express a condition and it's more appropriate in speaking. So we use them in speaking more than in writing. It's more appropriate. But only if and only if emphasize and insist of a specific and strict condition that must be fulfilled. So here it's either you do the condition or you don't have the result. It's you insist to emphasize, to put the stress on the condition. So long as, provided that, are more formal and suitable for writing. So they will use them more for writing than speaking. However, all these conjunctions, subordinate conjunctions, are expression of condition. That's a fact that's not changing. Now we move to the verb. The verb after the subordinate, or we call it the dependent clause, the part with the conjunction, the verb is in the simple present. And the verb on the main clause, the independent clause, the second part of the sentence, is in the future simple. So we give you example to explain. The example is, provided that you want to buy a new car, you will save money. So the conjunction here is provided that, subject to verb want. The first verb, the verb of the dependent clause or the subordinate clause is want, and it's in simple present. Then we have a comma. The second part, you will save money. Subject to will save is the main verb of the main clause or the independent clause for the future simple. So dependent or subordinate clause is the sentence that can't stand alone because its meaning is missing. It's not a full meaning, a completed meaning. Example, provided that you work hard. So it's not a complete meaning. Provided that you work hard, something is missing here. That's why you call it dependent clause or subordinate clause. So it needs another clause in order to fulfill its meaning. The other clause is an independent clause. It means it can stand on itself alone because its meaning is complete, it's finished. As example, you will succeed. So you will succeed here is a complete sentence that have a subject and a verb. Or the previous example, provided that you want to buy a new car, this is subordinate clause, you will save money, this is independent clause. As a note, when starting with the subordinate clause, we put a comma before the main clause. As you see on the previous example, provided that we started with the conjunction, you want to buy a new car, subordinate clause, so we put a comma, then we carry on writing the main clause, you will save money. However, if we start with the main clause, you will save money, provided that you want to buy a new car. Here, we don't put a comma before the conjunction. So that's a rule. Now we move to task 1, page 48 in your books. It's 48 on your books. Link each of the pairs of sentences using one of the conjunctions with the right tense for the verb. So the conjunctions, we have them, provided that, as long as, so long as, but only if, only if. And these are the pairs of sentences. We try to join them in a suitable way. Banks lend you money to start a business. So here the verb is lend. B, you promise in writing to pay them back. So we join the sentence A with the sentence B with suitable conjunction, and we put the verbs to the correct tenses. B, A, your business continue to prosper. The verb is continue. B, you keep your property and integrity. Probity and integrity. C, A, the mayor elect for second term. C, B, he managed to avoid corruption scandals. So the verbs are elect and manage. D, A, Algeria attract more foreign investments. D, B, it passed stricter anti-corruption laws. So we try to join A with B. This is for D. For E, A, the government regained the confidence of the citizens. E, B, they fight bribery, embezzlement, and nepotism. So these are the sentences. I hope you tried to do the tasks and you check out the keys with me. So for the first sentence A, we say, banks will lend you money provided that you promise in writing to pay them back. So we put will lend for the future as a main clause, and you promise in writing to pay them back with the conjunction provided that is the subordinate clause. Or we can say, we rewrite it another way. We start with the conjunction, provided that you promise in writing to pay the banks back, comma, they will lend you money. Okay? So if you started, as I have said, with a conjunction, provided that, then a subordinate clause, you put a comma, then you write the main clause, the verb to the future. B, your business will continue to prosper as long as you keep your probity and integrity. Or we can say, as long as you keep your probity and integrity, your business will continue to prosper. C, the mayor will be elected providing that, but only if, we can use one of them, he manages. The mayor will be elected provided that, but only if he manages to avoid corruption scandals. D, Algeria will attract more foreign investments so long as it passes strict anti-corruption laws. E, the government will regain or win or have the confidence of the citizens as long as provided that bribery, embezzlement, and nepotism are fought. So our fought here is on the passive voice too. Thanks for watching. That's all for today. I hope you understood the lesson.